You ever be going through mad shit in life and you look like you're thriving? And everybody's like, oh my God, te ve tan bien. And you're like, but it's messy in here, bitch. It's messy in here.
They think just because they can pull a man that they're actually getting a man.
Correct.
You're getting got in most circumstances.
That's true. That's true.
You get and then that dude treats you right and you feel right for a little bit and then it's over for you.
No, but that's so true because women drive so much validation from their ability to attract a man, but you never hear women really talk about their retention rate.
Yeah.
Social media has so much to do with how people look at dating these days. Like this girl on Facebook, I literally saw it this morning before I came here. And she's like, if you dealing with me, you know I have a kid. You should just know. I shouldn't have to ask you for money. You should just give it to me. You know I have responsibilities. That guys were going crazy in the comments, but she was dead serious. When did we get to the point where we're not even in a committed relationship, but for some reason the man is responsible for taking care of you and someone else's child and all this other stuff? And I just feel like it's this big fairy tale world that a lot of women kind of live in, where they feel like if they end up with someone who's not their sponsor or taking care of them or, you know, letting them live this soft life, as everybody's saying, they feel like they're settling. And it's like, you're not exactly settling. You're living a reality.
Who do we spend most of our time with? This is our time spent with family. It starts with a lot and then drops dramatically in our 20s. This is our time spent with friends. It looks like it peaks when we're in college and then just drops. This is our time spent with our partner. That's where all of our time went. This is our time spent with children. This shows how little time we're gonna be able to spend with our children before they grow up. This one is crazy to me. Time spent with coworkers is so high for so much of our life because of our jobs. Our time spent alone looks like it increases quite a bit the older we get and never stops growing. It's easy to forget how valuable time is.
I feel you, boys. I feel ya. I feel you, man.
Comes first, like especially like now, like he's in school, like I barely get to see him. I'm working all day, he's in school. I get like maybe a couple hours of time with him at night. Like if I want to take the time and spend with him, like any man that comes into my life, like they need to understand that, and that's just how I am as a person. And if that makes me a bad person, like
No, I
that
think
man
that-
is not for me, and they need to respect me better.
Respect for that, but that creates an avenue where you only can deal with certain types of guys that will accept
Exactly,
those
and that's
things.
why I'm not really ready to mingle, like I said in the beginning.
Fair enough.
That the rich auntie is an excuse for a woman that is not ready for responsibility or commitment.
I think the reason why men like this are unhappy with the idea of the rich auntie vibe is because you are embracing something that they used to use against you as an insult. Saying that you're going to die alone used to be like the most painful thing to a woman. But now women are embracing it because they see that I would much rather this than be in a bad marriage. I would much rather this than to be trying to force some man who doesn't want to be a father to be a father. I'm not chasing behind some deadbeat guy. I only want to have a child with a man that I know is going to be a good father. Like now we're being more selective. More and more women are putting off marriage. More and more women are putting off having children and deciding not to have children altogether. And these men they hate being single. So they hate the fact that you seem so happy being single because they want you to be as miserable as they are. But less and less women are settling, and that is a good thing. Not to them, though, because you settling is how they get their kids and how they get married.
Do you think that as a woman ages, dating becomes easier or harder for her?
Harder. Harder but easier because we know what we like versus what we don't like.
So you have even higher standards as you age.
Absolutely.
But you're also going for the top tier guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you think that those top tier guys are going for women in your age category or younger women?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It depends how old they are, but I feel like men go through a stage where they date younger and they realize that was a terrible decision because it's like, I wouldn't want to date my younger self. But like me now, I think I'm a pretty stand-up individual.
So why do you think that as a woman ages, dating becomes harder for her?
We get pickier and we realize our worth and how much we have to put up with and what birthing a child actually is when we hear about all of our friends that have children. It's a lot of work, and it's just like, I think we also find ourselves. Like, once you find yourself and you really become comfortable with just being by yourself and being, I'm an independent woman, then it doesn't matter.